Hey guys, Kill Stokes here. Want to pop in and follow up on one of the trading ideas that we took a look at in this weekend's video. We're back here on the DAX, and if you remember, we were looking at an opportunity that we called a 2618. We had price action coming down, giving us a double bottom right here. We had the break and violation of the peak of that double bottom. And what we were looking for is we were looking for a retracement back into that double bottom, providing a secondary opportunity at entering the trade, specifically in the zone starting at the 618 Fibonacci retracement and going all the way to the low of the double bottom. You can see we're in that zone right now. Now, there are three things I want to talk about, so I'm going to try to be as deliberate as possible and not get you guys confused. Firstly, let's talk about an aggressive reason to enter this 2618. Normally what we would say is, again, if you're super aggressive, just put a limit order at the 618. That's fine. Or if you have a specific area in here that you like, you can just use a limit order there. If you're more conservative, you're typically looking for what we call a reason for entry. So for price action to show you some type of signal that says what you anticipate to happen is more likely to happen than not, like a higher high, higher close candle, maybe a double bottom on a lower time frame, a pin bar, something of that sort. What we've had form here, as the market decided to kind of ebb and flow and give this complex pullback down, is actually an advanced pattern formation called a bat pattern. I'll just steal the Fibonacci that's on here. If I draw these legs out and we start like this, swing low, right? So the second touch of the double bottom to our move up here, that's going to be our X to A. This retracement back into that double bottom is going to be our B leg. You can see it comes past the 50% retracement, but not to the 618, and this is what classifies it as a bat pattern and not a Gartley pattern. We then get a retracement here, giving us our C leg, and the bat pattern completed right down here in this zone from our 886 to our X leg. So again, if you were looking for an aggressive reason to get involved in this trade, you could have entered aggressively on this bat pattern as well to look for that bullish move. So you're using the bat pattern either as a bat pattern in its own right or as an entry reason into the 2618. I won't go down that rabbit hole because that's a whole nother lesson that we've done plenty of times on the YouTube channel. But secondly, this may turn into what's called a kiss of death. And what a kiss of death is pretty much a really deep 2618 retracement where we see price action not only test the lows of that double bottom, but probe it and then give us a pin bar type of close where price action closes something like this. Now, the idea behind this is that the bears made one last super aggressive push to get past this level, right? They tried here, got rejected. They tried here, got rejected. They came back, retooled, fought really, really hard again, got rejected for the third time, and it said, why are we doing this? I'm done. And the bulls take over. But we need to see not just a test of the lows, and we came really, really close, but we need to see a probe of the lows. We need to see price action push past this level first. And that's why I say we're really close to getting that. So those are the two bullish opportunities that support the original idea. Now, because we're always thinking, we had a great conversation about this in our live trading room this morning where we were talking about kind of like how our brains are running like robots, right? If then, always ready for the next potential move in advance. We're pretty much doing like a mental rehearsal of if the market does this, then I do that. If the market does that, then I do this. If we were to violate this level, meaning that we were to break and close below these lows, and I'll delete all this other junk because that's irrelevant if that were to happen, right? If we were to break and close below these lows, obviously that would invalidate the bat pattern. It would invalidate 2618. It would invalidate the kiss of death. We could then look for a potential secondary buying opportunity in the form of another potential advanced pattern formation. Once again, if I take I'm going to take my Fibonacci retracement because I like drawing it like this. I'll bring the drawing tool on later. But if we take a Fibonacci retracement from this swing low to this swing high right here, you're going to see that price action, boom, rallied up, giving us an X to A. pushed down to the 618 Fibonacci retracement, giving us an A to B. Now remember, in the previous example, I said that we just missed the 618, and that's why we're looking for a bat pattern. In this example, we hit or passed the 618, meaning we're looking for a Gartley pattern. And at least how I trade Gartleys, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a completion at the 127 Fibonacci extension taken from my A leg up here to my B leg down there. Another method is doing a one-to-one equal measure move. So you can kind of copy and paste this move right. Nope, wrong thing there. I guess we don't need that anymore. Boom, copy and paste this move right here and drag it down. In this scenario, they almost complete at the same area, right? Trade it however you trade Gartleys, right? I'm not here to kind of tell you how to trade it, but understand that there is a potential Gartley pattern setting up down in this zone as well, which would provide a secondary reason at getting involved. And of course, just like we spoke about with the 2618, you can trade this as a Gartley in its own right, dragging the wrong tools here. Or again, if you're someone that's looking for a bigger extension here on the DAX, I mean a continuation of the highs, once again, this is your entries into that continuation play. So that was a lot. If you have any questions or comments about anything, leave it below. I was told that I talk fast sometimes. That's just my trading mind, and I do everything fast because the market doesn't wait for me to think. But if you do need another explanation, if you have a question about anything in the video, leave it below. Leave your comments as well. I love hearing the perspectives of different traders. It's just not just cool for myself, but it's cool for the community to hear other voices aside from myself. And of course, if you ever have anything you want me to take a look at, just type it in below. And if there is something that looks good on there and is worth talking about, I will indeed look at it and maybe even do a video for you. All right. Until next time, plan your trade, trade your plan, hit the like button, do all the things to support, and I'll see you guys next video.